in last few years, 7 8 years, the technology it had changed rapidly. If you talk about mobile telecommunication, if you talk about even computers, you talk about services that we are utilizing from different web companies or IT companies, it has changed tremendously. So the very first thing that we'll be discussing about in emerging trends is artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence we are all aware about. It's our ability to do something, to understand something and then implement it also. But what is artificial intelligence? Basically, artificial intelligence it refers to the ability of a machine or a computer program to learn, not think. Computers never think. They process, they analyze, and they record their understandings. And by that they learn, but they do not think. We cannot call that process as thinking. In simple words, the field of AI it revolves around bringing out technologies that help build machines that can learn, act, and work like humans. So AI-based program and technology should bring out these things. Whenever you are using a system and it is saying that it is AI enabled, then it must be able to mimic human working process. The way we work, they must be able to mimic that. Now question arises how we work. What are our pattern? Now most of the if I talk about thinking of a matured individual, we are very analytical in our observation, in our thinking, in our skills, the way we apply different things. We relate and we correlate. Whenever we see new things, we try to relate it with our previous experiences. Using that, we create a learning also, and that becomes an experience for our future endeavors. We must have in our childhood, we must have seen that whenever we see something and it's hot, next time whenever we face the same circumstances, we first check it out if it is still hot or not before holding it. Or if a situation or a individual or an entity have hurt you or causes have some problems for you in a real time, whenever you will be dealing it next time, you will be very cautious. Why? Because that is our experiences, that is our learning from the previous endeavors that we have involved. In the same way, whenever the machines they are interacting with the same user, giving the same services, they note down the patterns, how we interact, what we interact, what are the normal time durations when we interact, and depending upon that they will provide you new options. So AI enabled devices they must able to mimic human beings when we think about the way we work and behave. Also they should act in a human like way. They should be intelligent, rational, and ethical also. Seems very difficult and sounds very difficult to implement these goals. Ethical. Now, that is also possible using some advanced algorithms. Deep machine learning, it helps us in that regard. So the modern AI machine, they are designed and programmed to work with minimum human interventions. You do not, a human person or a user does not need to be stay connected with the system all the time and monitoring it. The system will monitor itself and do its task. Create and update the knowledge base. It can create and update the knowledge base which keep updating. Then having heuristic abilities. Heuristic abilities means it will have ability to learn from the past mistakes, decision and outcome, and then apply those learning into upcoming challenges. Most common example of AI today is social humanoid robot Sophia, who has been awarded with citizenship of Saudi Arabia. Other common examples are Siri or Alexa. They are inbuilt communicator, inbuilt assistant that you are having in your phones, and you can use them and interact with them. They will interact as if you are interacting with a person. Not in all the scenarios, but in some limited cases, it will talk very nicely with you and will able to provide very rational answers. If you are looking for informations and when you are looking for emotions, at that time they may lack a bit. Smart home devices like Google Nest, self-driving car like produced by Tesla, online games like Alien Isolation. So all these are AI enabled examples where the machine itself, the computer program itself, it's having two parts. The part of the program is providing the services. A part of the program it's just learning what is being done, how it is being done, and how it can be improved. It is predicted that in coming 5 to 10 years, AI will grow tremendously. AI-based machines will outperform human in tasks such as translating languages, writing school essays, drawing trucks. So, in coming years, in another 5 to 10 years, you will see that the AI-enabled services, they are a very wide spectrum, providing a very large spectrum of services to us in our day-to-day life, like translating languages, or writing school essays, or creating some documents based on the specification we are providing, creating websites depending upon the specification we are giving, creating softwares depending upon requirement we are giving. Now we'll be learning about machine learning, which is a particular subdomain of AI. AI is implemented using machine learning. Machine learns and implement. So what exactly is machine learning? So first of all, it is a sub area of artificial intelligence. It is a subset of artificial intelligence itself, which refers to ability of computer to independently find solutions to problem by recognizing pattern in database using statistical technique. So here what is happening, computer is able to think independently and find solutions of problems. Now, what are the problems there? That will be decided by the applications we are utilizing. And then after recognizing the problem and ways to solve them, the machine will try to find the solution and implement it also. It may be successful, it may not be successful. If it is successful, then it will give you the results. If it is not successful, it will gain some learning, another way of doing things which is not very successful, and then it will try a next method and repeat itself as long as it will not find the solutions. So machine learning enables computer to recognize patterns on the basis of specific algorithms called models. A very common example that you can relate very easily are chatbots. Chatbots, they are not the actual users who is sitting and chatting with you. In most of the websites nowadays, they are having chatbots. But in very sophisticated websites, you will find chatbots. They are very smart. They are able to answer your queries very easily, irrespective of kind of query you inquire. So how they are doing it? They are using deep machine learning. Whenever you are asking a question and it is trying to find an answer, it is also recording. For every question, what are the sample answers are? For every questions, when the machine is giving the answers, what are the responses they are getting from the user? That is also updated. And depending upon that statistical analysis, they are able to recognize the pattern and circumstances just by knowing the initial few interaction. It will able to find out how the rest of the instructions will proceed and it may give the solutions beforehand, even before asking or inquiring. Therefore, in machine learning, artificial knowledge is generated on the basis of experiences. We generate artificial knowledge about the system using our experiences. So basically, it is an application part of artificial intelligence also. Machine learning, it is the practical part of artificial intelligence where the system is learning about itself by itself using some algorithms, using some programs. We are not interfering there. System doing it by itself. So how machine learning works? So in a way, machine learning works in a similar way of human learning. The way we learn, the same way machine is also trying to learn. Or we are trying to instruct or guide the machine to learn in the same way we are learning. If a child is shown images with specific object on them, they can learn to identify and differentiate between them. Machine learning works in the same way. So a specific data about data input, training and testing data, specific algorithm and certain commands, and the computer is enabled to learn. So whenever the system is created, first it is given input data and input conditions. Now these input data and conditions, they initiate the learning. They create the initial learning for that particular machine. Now once the machine learns, then it start predicting. And then over the course of time, it improves also. So that whatever it is learning or whatever it is doing, it keeps on improving in terms of knowledge, in terms of predictions, and in terms of the database of knowledge also. So machine, it is doing three parts. It is trying to identify patterns which will enhance its learning or knowledge. It is trying to implement that pattern so that their learning improves or the knowledge improves. Also using that knowledge, it is providing services that also improves in course of time. So as long as you will spend time with more time you spend with a artificial enabled device or a software, more better services you can expect to get from that device. Now these are some common examples. Surveillance systems. So their machine learning, it can keep on watching the cameras and depending upon some violent situations or some scenes, it may alert the authorities. Facial recognition. There, it may recognize the facial face of any person and allow the person to enter into a facility or give access to a services, or it may predict the mood of a person so that I can handle them well. Then we are having self-driving cars which help us to manage the traffic or driving of car without intervention of the driver. Google ads, it will provide your ads to the most viewed areas. Whichever areas will generate most of the result, there only it will show your ads. Then filtering algorithms, news feed, because there are so many news which are coming, some are fake news, some are good news, accurate news, it has to be filtered. So there also we can use machine learning. Then recommendations engine, where they are giving real-time recommendation or search results. Personal assistant, Google Now, Microsoft Cortana, Apple Siri, Samsung Bixby, so many are there. Optical character recognition. So they may try to recognize what is written on a particular page or a particular image. Political campaigns, they enhance the prospect of a participant by showing their ads or showing their views to the most supporting areas. Now, machine learning applications can learn from the experience like humans without direct programming. When exposed to new data, these applications can learn, grow, change, and developed by themselves. In other words, with machine learning, computer find insightful information without being told where to look. So the program, the algorithm, it works in such a manner that it can handle most of the complexity by itself. You do not need to guide them, you do not need to instruct them. And that is the most fascinating part. Machine learning has found application in many areas like facial recognition, online campaigns, virtual person assistant, and online chatbots. Next, we are going to learn about Internet of Things, IoT. Very, very catchy word nowadays. You must have heard about it from one or different sources. Now, what is Internet of Things? Now, we are currently living in the age of Internet. Whatever you are seeing, every person is having their mobile phones. They are having tablets. They are having computers. They are having nowadays smart TVs also. So, the idea of Internet as a facility have been expanded, and now you will see that in coming times you are having internet in your fridge, internet in your cookware, induction cooktop, it may on your say telephones or any other devices. How it will be done? So simply we'll have to make smart devices. As we are using as we are using mobile phones the same way, or we are making smart TVs, same way we can just put a slot for a SIM inside any device. We will put a small program, embedded program, which will work on that SIM and related areas. If it is working with a fridge, then the related areas are with food and then communication. So what they will do, suppose a food item it's being placed for very long time inside a fridge, and the system knows that in coming 3 4 days it will become stale. So it may send a SMS message to the user. Suppose the phones or the TVs, if there are your recharge are getting expired in coming days, it may recharge your TVs without your interventions. If you have done that kind of setting, without your permission, the TV cannot recharge itself. But if you have made arrangement like that, it will be recharged by itself. So Internet of Things, basically it's a new age technology that allow computing devices that can be programmed and can connect to interact, such as smart home appliances like smart refrigerator, smart air conditioner, a smart heart monitor, to transfer data over a network like internet without requiring human to human or human to computer interaction. See, one very common example is there. It's a system which is connected with Internet of Things. Everything is connected with IoT. Now, using IoT, you can have your wearables. Now, wearables, what they are doing? They are monitoring your heart rate. They are monitoring your calorie consumptions. They are monitoring how much water you are drinking, how much you are walking on a daily basis. Now, when you are doing for day in, day out for months and years, then it's very easy to predict or find out the results just by analyzing your heartbeat or calorie intake. Somebody can predict that in coming 3 4 months, you may get fat or you may get sick, you may get an heart attack. It can predict. If you are applying that into industrial space, then all the devices can work by themselves and interact among each other. In medical field, if you'll apply, then you will see that if there are some shortages in the medicine or the injections or the syringes that you are giving to the patients, it may alert the doctor, or it may alert, or it may initiate that process of providing or giving the medicine again. We can have wireless infrastructure where they are interacting and communicating by themselves. We may have automatives which are working by themselves. When the petrol is finishing, it's giving messages to the user. Also, currently it is providing me information that petrol is finishing. I can see the dashboard and I can see it by myself all the time. But here, what will be the smart part, that it may alert or it may initiate the payment once you are walking through any petrol pump area, that this is nearby and you should get it refilled. Once you are getting it refilled, payment will be done automatically without your interventions. In your home, you can have smart network, you can have smart energy, smart meters, computing, media, consumer electronics. They all can interact with each other. The computing part, it can interact with the refrigerator, with the TVs, with the cooktop, and any other digital smart equipment, and then provide you an enhanced experience of services. For example, if you talk about health and fitness, we are having IoT smart gadgets like Fitbit, Jawbone, Nike, and Misfit that monitors your heart rate, blood pressure, and take action accordingly by sending emergency messages. Now you imagine a situation where I may feel some discomfort and I may look for a hospital or I may look for some help. But here I am just having a device and I'm aware that in coming 10-15 minutes or in coming days, I may have some issue related with my heart, related with my blood pressure or my normal health. So it's a very empowering technology. For home security, there are many home safety and security devices for everyone that can enable video surveillance, motion capture, temperature, and air quality control. So whenever you will be apply these kind of things in your house, your experiences in living that house will definitely improve. Transport driverless cars. They can drive without interventions of the driver. Shopping, there are smart refrigerators nowadays that can order the grocery item. So the fridge, it will order the grocery item by itself, the money will be deducted by itself, and it will come to your doorsteps also. But from there to your kitchen, to your plate, somebody will have to work. The machine will not cook it for you. Smart cities, we can have IoT technologies in main enabler for making the smart city a reality. Smart surveillance, automated transportations, smart energy management system, water distribution system, security system, environmental monitoring system, they will be combined, will make a new learning or make a new staying experience if you are in a smart city. Currently, we are not having that kind of infrastructure. Many cities are called smart, but they are not truly smart. The level of smartness is very limited. They are having a centralized command center where they are monitoring a lot of things, but still Indian city, we lack a lot of infrastructure or IT services to make it a truly smart city. Now, for enabling all those services, we have to utilize sensors. We all have access to sensors around us, directly or indirectly. We all are using. In our building, there are smoke sensors, which can raise an alarm if there will be any fire. In our smartphones, we can have senses of directions, which can notify or which can work accordingly if you change the orientation of the phone. So all of them are sensors. Sensors are like physical devices or devices with some physical energy like temperature or change. They can monitor temperature, resistance, capacitance, conductance, heat transfers. To measure all of it, we will have to use a sensor. So sensor are devices which measure some physical quantity and convert it into some type of signal. For example, if you are having temperature sensors, so it will change the hello. So temperature sensors, it can measure changes in temperature. Proximity sensor measures your position of an object relative to the screen of device. Accelerometer measures position of motion, tilt, shock, vibration, and acceleration in your phone. Pressure sensors can measure the pressure. Light sensors measure changes in light intensity. There are ultrasonic sensors. There are smoke, gas, alcohol sensors, touch sensors, color sensors, humidity sensors. Many of different type of sensors are there. So there are different type of sensors, and in your phone itself, you will find so many sensors are there. Accelerometer sensors are there, temperature sensors are there, color sensors, humidity sensors, proximity sensors, touch screens, gyro, magnetometer sensors are there. Depending upon kind of smart devices you are buying. If you are buying a very cheap device, do not expect to get all these sensors. If you are buying a very smart device, some Apple devices, you will get all the sensors in your phone. The sensors of IoT are mainly smart sensors, and smart sensors convert the real world quantity that they are measuring into digital data stream and are able to transmit them wirelessly over a network. So these smart sensors which are there in the phone, they will not only just measure the changes, they can also record them and also transform them into digital signal and send it from one place to another place.